Greetings, Zombie Slayers, Super Jim here. Today I'm going to show you guys my solo high round strategy guide for the Diarize map on Black Ops 2 Zombies. First up here though, let's watch the intro cutscene because it's pretty awesome and it also tells us a lot about this new Black Ops 2 Zombies storyline. So if you don't want to watch this, just skip ahead 1 minute and 24 seconds.
I don't understand. Why are you doing this? Why me? Travel where? Don't you get it? There's nothing left! Oh, how did you... What? What do you mean, mend the rift? Well, maybe I don't wanna. Huh? Did you think of that? Oh, you can't tell them about the flesh! What I did, they'd kill me if they knew. Ah, shit!
If you're gonna talk to your imaginary friends, Stu, you might want to wait till you're in a Z-free zone.
Stupider! Get over here, now!
Come on, come on!
What do we do now?
We arm up, find a good place to defend, kick ass, that's it!
I don't understand.
What are you talking about, Stuhlinger? Misty made it pretty clear.
Accept your fate, begin anew!
We're going down fighting! Now!
Have we been here before?
Epic! Now guys, just before we get into my main game for the high round solo strategy I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to talk about the Perma Jug perk. Now that is a persistent ability you unlock in either Transit or Diarize that carries across to either map and to future games as well, provided you don't lose it. Now I'll explain how you lose it a bit later, but for those of you that don't know what it does, it basically gives you permanent jug health without having to buy a jug. Now if you do buy a jug, you are going to have even more health, but if you get downed while you have jug, you will lose it straight away as well. The perma jug ability, that is. Now, how to unlock this ability? You basically need to get downed a couple of times before you get jug. Now the easiest way to do this in Diarize is just to jump off the side of the building and you'll see a green flash of magic and your character will make a comment. As you see here, we have unlocked Perma Jug for my character. So that will carry over to the next game that we'll play in a second. Just to show you the main reason that we do this, guys, if you're going to use Who's Who to revive yourself in high rounds, it gives you the advantage of that Perma Jug ability being passed on to your Who's Who character here. So normally 2 hits would kill this poor dude who's trying to revive himself. But in this case, you can see he can take 2 hits because you have Perma Jug, and that lets you revive yourself in higher rounds easier. But you cannot ever buy Jug in the game, or you risk losing that once you get down. Okay. Okay, so that's that explained. Now we're going to get into the main gameplay here. Now you're going to find buildables. I'm going to show you the locations that they can appear randomly in this starting area here. We can see we've got 3 buildables here, and there's sometimes one up here as well. Now, what these enable you to do is build a piece of equipment called the trample steam. I'm going to be going through all these basics, guys. I know a lot of you guys will already know this stuff. I'm just demonstrating I do have Perma Jug on my character there with the 2 hits, and I'm still alive. So, our first goal here in this gameplay is to build the trample steam. The trample steam is super useful in this strategy for a couple of reasons. One is to kill basically the, what are people calling them? The henchmen or the, whatever they are. Those jumping, monkey-looking zombies that we used to know as Nova Crawlers in Kino. But now they're electric or something. Maybe they crossed the monkeys with the kangaroos. I don't know what they did. But down here, guys, is where the workbench is to add these pieces of equipment to build the trample steam. Now, there are 4 pieces you'll need to collect. In solo, it is super annoying getting this thing built because you have to use the elevators to get back up all the time. Unless you spend the money and buy the barriers, which, we're actually going to do this by round 2. So just be careful using these elevators, guys. Check the arrow if you're not sure which way it's going, because you don't want to jump into it and then it goes up and crushes you against the roof level. If it makes a dinging noise, that means the elevator is coming up, by the way. Now you can actually get down if you're super careful without opening any barriers except this first door here. I'm just waiting for the elevator to get in the position so I can catch it down again. But the problem is, if you do that, you're still going to have to wait for the elevator anyway. So we're going to buy a quick revive here. Now, I'm going to explain this for those of you that have watched my high round strategies before. Basically, I have a little eccentricity where I don't like to buy a quick revive when I play zombies, because I kind of like to play the old World at War way and challenge myself not to go down at all during a game. But in this case, I'll explain why I buy that as we go through. So I'm going to buy 4 perks, and we're just going down here again. Now, another thing about the elevator, guys, basically, if you jump on the roof of the elevator, it will take off a lot quicker than just waiting for it normally to go up and down through its cycle. So if you jump on the elevator, it will just be a short time before it goes up or down, as the case may be. So that's why this is the quickest way to get the trample steam built without buying the couple of barriers and that you would normally need. As you can see, the other elevators with the other perks and the pack punch will not be active until you turn the power on, which we'll be doing a bit later. Okay, so basically, guys, there are a few different strategies, as I said before, that you can employ in this map. Now, one strategy that you may wish to use is to get all the perks in the game. Now, to do that, what you need to do is to kill the denizens without missing a shot. So the easiest way to do that is to basically use the trample steam and hide behind it when they come at you, and they will get flung to death. You can also use claymores in the earlier rounds to kill the, what are we calling them, denizens or whatever. Let's call them denizens. They're not really denizens, but you know what I mean. You can also use the Bowie knife in earlier rounds, or Galv Knuckles too. Now what that will do is, if you kill them all without missing a shot, you will get a free perk, and that means you can actually get all 6 perks in the game. So that is pretty awesome, and it will enable you to get, to a reasonably high round, and you're going to have obviously the benefit of having all those different perks. The trouble is, if you're really going for a super high round, if you want to, challenge yourself to get to, past round 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever, you really want to be able to buy back both Quick Revive and Who's Who to extend the game as long as possible. And we're jumping down here, guys, just by the way, because we've got the last piece, so we don't need to catch the elevator back up. So for that reason, you only want to get 4 perks if you really want to be able to buy back your Who's Who and your Quick Revive and use them in the most efficient manner. Okay, there are a couple of wall weapons here you can get here as well, guys, but we're not going to do that at this point. Now you can use your trample steam to jump across there as well from here if you put it right on the edge, just by the way. But we're just going to build up enough points to buy a decent wall weapon a little bit further on in the map at this point. So because we've got Perma Jug, remember, we're able to take a couple of hits and knife these dudes pretty comfortably. Obviously at round 2 it is a 2-hit kill with the knife. And I've picked up the trample steam as well. Once we've got, about this amount of points, 1,250 or so, we are going to, actually I think I need 750 as well to open one barrier for where we want to go next. So we're just going to stay here and basically get as many points as we can before we head down to the next part of the map that we're going to hang out in. But yeah, guys, basically we are not going to buy Jug at all in this strategy, and that might sound crazy, but like I said, remember we have Perma Jug on this character, so we've already got Jug, you just can't see it if you like. So that means it freezes up to buy 4 perks that we can use for other things. So in this case, you're going to want to get Quick Revive and Who's Who. Your other 2 perks is completely up to you guys. Now as you jump down here, you want to be super careful because you can down yourself super easy if you miss your landing. And the same goes for this area down here. Just follow the path that I'm following here. You need to jump on that thing on the side or you get downed. And yeah. There is a really good gun there as well, by the way, the AN, which is an awesome assault rifle that they've put in as a wall weapon in this game. You can buy that if you feel that's the weapon you want to use. And we're just going to get a couple more kills here as well, because I need about 1250, I think it is, or 1200, I can't remember which, to get the AK off the wall across on the other building in a second. Yeah, so basically probably the perks that I would get myself is double tap, which is really only useful in the lower rounds anyway, mind you. And here's the AK that we're going to get here, the AK-74U. The reason I'm getting this gun, guys, is because you can easily get more ammo for it in the higher rounds when you're running trains in that red Buddha room that we were just in, the Esh room, some people call it. Okay, so our next mission is to build the Sliquifier. So I just picked up a piece for it down there, and there are 4 parts to this thing, and they're usually really easy to find. This is the workbench that you add them to. I'm going to show you all the areas where you can find these parts. On top of that barrel there, there's sometimes a part. In this kitchen area, you can see we pick one up here, which is the handle. And there are only those 3 spawn locations in this first room here for the Sliquifier parts. So we've got 2 of those parts, and to get the other 2 parts we'll need to head upstairs, and that is a 1,000-point barrier that we need to buy to get up the stairs from here. So I'll buy that now. The next part is always here. It doesn't spawn randomly anywhere else for whatever reason, which is the stock. It's like a mannequin foot or something. And then we've got one more part to add to the workbench to complete the Sliquifier. So this is awesome because you can get this gun like super easy. If we'd really tried, we could have probably got this by round 2, depending how lucky you get with the parts. And it is the wonder weapon as well. You cannot pack a punch it, unfortunately, but it is a pretty awesome gun nevertheless. Probably one of the best wonder weapons that we've ever had in any zombies map, for a few reasons we'll go into a bit later. Okay, so yes, basically we have the AK, so we can buy ammo for that later on when we start running trains in the Buddha room. And eventually though, depending on how high you get, you're going to have to rely on your Sliquifier to get kills in the really high rounds. In any case, this is a pretty good camping area for early rounds, guys, because you're only going to have a couple of zombies coming from behind you in that one window, which you can keep under control. And most of them will come down this corridor here, so you can line them up, get collaterals going, and all that good stuff, get your headshots happening. Okay, so we're going to go for the final part for the Sliquifier, which is up here. And it is either going to be, well, in this case I know where it is, but we've got a monkey zombie round. So I've got an insta-kill, which makes it a little bit easier. And we're also going to use the trample steam to fling these dudes to death. In solo, these guys are not really too much of a hazard. They come in pairs, and there's only about 8 or so of them. So you shouldn't have any problems with these. Particularly if you have a trample steam like this. You can see we're just sitting behind it waiting for them to come. And there you go, we got our free perk as well, but we are not going to pick that up, guys, because we don't want to risk getting Jug. And that might sound crazy in any other map, but as I said, we've already got Perma Jug, so we don't want to risk getting Jug, because if we get downed while we have Jug, we're going to lose the Perma Jug ability, which means our Who's Who is not going to have Jug health. So that was the final part that we picked up for the Sliquifier. Another place that you can also get a spawn is in the sewing room, or the sweatshop, whatever you want to call it, not on the table next to the power switch. So there we go, we get the Sliquifier. And once you build it and pick it up, it goes into the mystery box as well. If you do happen to lose it and you need to get it back from the mystery box, or you just want to re-roll it to get ammo, that's where you can find it. Okay, so we're going to camp down here for a little bit, just till the end of the round or thereabouts. And then we're going to head up to the rooftop area at the top of this building, which is the next area that we're going to move to and hang out in for a little bit. So we kind of transition from the spawn area where we build the trample steam, then we come down here and build the Sliquifier, then we move up to the rooftop, and then basically we'll head to the Buddha room when we've got all the perks that we want to get. So we do transition through those areas in the early game here.